Hello, everyone. So excited to be here with you tonight. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Pam, and I'm an intuitive life coach. And I'm here today with my new friend, Vera, who is an incredible woman doing incredible things. She is registered nutritionist. And I'm going to let her talk more about her work in a little bit. But we're here to really have a conversation with you about kickstarting your metabolism from a very different perspective than what you might be used to hearing about. So I think when people think about kickstarting their metabolism, they automatically go to like this big, huge change in lifestyle where you're going to just eat all the great food. You're going to have lots of salad. You're going to drink lots of water. You're going to get lots of sleep. You're going to have lots of movement. It's going to be this whole overhaul of your life to really have this kickstart. And we're here to really talk about how that's not really the case. And you don't need to focus. And not only do you not need to, it's actually harming you to be focusing on weight loss and dieting when you're looking at kickstarting your metabolism. So I'm super excited to have this conversation with you today, Vera. So let's just dig right into the good stuff. And you tell me your perspective on weight loss and dieting.
Thank you very much for having me, Pam. And I'm so grateful that I can share this message further. If you look around, kickstarting your metabolism, there's about 900,000 challenges and ways how you can kickstart your metabolism, but they've got one thing in common, well, except the mine, maybe some others. And they will literally give you a list of approved foods and foods that you have to avoid, or methods, what you have to do. Like you have to juice for 5 days. You have to avoid carbohydrates. You have to avoid processed foods. You have to do all these things, which in one way probably gonna do some changes in your body. What is probably gonna cause you going more to the toilet because your body literally will be kickstarting something. I'm not sure if it's a metabolism, but one thing that not everyone is focusing on is that our metabolism is slow for a reason. And the reason is restriction. So our metabolism is amazing. Not metabolism, but our body is freaking amazing tool that adjusts and literally can feel into anything that you're doing it, and it will respond accordingly. So if you are eating like a bird, your body will say, well, there's no food. So I need to slow my metabolism right down. And how it's going to do it will do via hormones. So it will change, it will direct the hormones a different way. It will start creating different hormones than the happiness hormones. So we're talking more about cortisol and adrenaline and all those like stress hormones, and literally will keep you alive in the state where your body is trying to survive. I mean, for you, it may feel like, oh my God, like I'm eating so little and I'm feeling so good. Yeah, because your body is kicking to survive. And so when we're looking at a kickstarting metabolism in a nice way, in the way that actually nurtures your body, in a way that it's sustainable and it's not just kickstarting you for 5 days and then you can go back to where you were, but actually creating the sustainable forever change, is we need to look at what are you doing every single day that is actually putting you in a stress, and what are you doing, what you can do every single day from a perspective of love, self-care, and how you can nourish your body. So that's the difference. That's how our kickstarting a metabolism, how the challenge that I'm running in my group right now is actually helping and taking the pressure off of you for doing something right, but rather looking at the options and possibilities you have every single day.
Yes, it's amazing, right? Like there's so many options, and it's so incredible when you really learn to tune into your body and give it what it actually needs, what it's
Mhm.
actually asking for. I was in this dieting culture for so many years. Like I would from the age of like 14 right
Mhm.
up until I would say probably about 28. So that's about so that's about 14 years of like
Mhm.
dieting, and I was 300 pounds. So hello, that didn't work. Like that dieting, that constant like restriction and like it was exhausting. It felt
Hmm.
terrible. It
Yeah.
didn't work. Like but knowing it didn't work didn't stop me from doing it. Like it was still very attached to I need to fix this because the number on the scale kept getting higher and higher and higher. And I kept feeling worse and worse and worse. So I'm like, I don't know how to fix it. So it really wasn't until I turned 30, like the year that I turned 30, I got a type 2 diabetes diagnosis, way too young to have that diagnosis, and was like, okay, this is bad. Like I can't live my life like this. There has to be another way. And I was like, I will not, cannot, I'm not going to diet anymore. My body intrinsically knew that I had caused this damage to myself, that
Yeah.
I by following dieting, by trying to follow this blueprint that was not for me. Like I tried Atkins and I'd have these like short periods of success where you lose 20, 30, 40 pounds and it would rebound and then some, right? Like so it was a really painful learning experience. But once I really learned to connect to my body and understand what it meant to truly nourish myself and to give myself what I needed and to listen with every step I took, that was when the real changes started to add up. And the real transformation started
Yeah.
to happen, was when I really learned to truly connect to myself.
Yeah. It is really, really crazy because if you are someone who's growing up in diet culture, your mom could have been dieting, your peers are talking about body. It seems so natural for you that if you see your body in a way that it's not normal, in the way that doesn't fit in society, or you don't feel good in the body for some reason, the first thing you look at is like, okay, well, how I need to fix it. So you look at what I need to give up, what I need to be doing more, what I need to be doing less. And you start looking into all these systems. When you start your first diet, it's not that you cannot lose weight. Like everybody, not everybody, like 90% of people can lose weight if they're persistent enough with the diet. But what's going to happen when you get off the diet? You failed yourself. But the diet never promised you to keep the weight off. The diet promised you to lose a certain amount of weight in a certain time. It didn't promise you that you're not gonna damage your body. It didn't promise you you're not gonna feel like a crap when you get off of there. It only promised you lose X amount of weight or kilos or pounds within X amount of weeks or months. And majority of us will succeed. And then when you see your body growing again, you go, oh crap, like I need to fix it again. It worked before. I need to help. I need to make it work again. So you go and search for another diet, but you have to try harder because the first one was easy. The second one is not going that easy. The third time, fourth time, fifth time, you never ask yourself once, why is the diet not working? Why is it doing something that it's not sustainable? You always keep asking yourself, why am I failing? And you end up eating salads for the whole day, eating like a bird and thinking of what am I doing wrong? What more I have to do? And then you start looking at gastric bypass, weight loss injections, weight loss medication, and you're getting into this cycle of like, why is my body broken? Why I can't sustain it? But you never ask the right question is, what am I actually doing to support my body? Nothing.
Yes.
Not a single thing. You're only looking to shrink your body that is actually harming you in the long run.
Well, and you think it's going to help, right? So you have
Yes,
this belief that the reason why you don't feel good is because you are heavy.
because that's
It
advertised.
Yeah,
Everyone around
right?
you is like, look at her, she lost so much weight. Wait 5 more years and look at her again.
Yes. I remember when I lost 100 pounds and my mom was after me to really celebrate that. She's like, this is a big deal. Like, you need to celebrate it. And I was really hesitant about it. And I was like, I don't want to because I didn't feel good. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't feel good at all. I was feeling worse than I ever felt in my entire
Yeah.
life at that point. My body was so full of inflammation. I was
Yeah.
so sick. I had chronic pain. I had belly issues. So here I was, 100 pounds later, and everyone is like, wow, you look amazing. I'm like, well, I feel like crap.
Yeah.
Like, I feel terrible. And I'm like, I don't want to share this. I don't want people to believe that this is good. Like, because it didn't feel good. And now
Yep.
I'm heavier than I was then, still maintaining a ton of weight loss. Don't care one bit about it. But I feel incredible
Yeah.
because I'm taking care of my body. I'm giving it what it needs.
Yeah.
I have lots of sleep and drinking lots of water and moving and eating what feels good and no restrictions. I mean, I am a diabetic who has cookies. Not all the time, but I'm going to treat myself to a cookie and I am going to enjoy it and it's going to be amazing because I know how to do it and I know how my body works, how it feels, and
Yeah.
having that relationship with yourself will set you free. It will set you free.
The first thing that we hear when someone is diagnosed with diabetes, either in 30s, 40s, or 50s, first thing that they are taught is avoid sugar. I mean, like, why?
Mhm.
Why would you need to avoid sugar? Like, yes, your body is not capable of creating either as much insulin if there is a more of a diabetic resistance, or your body is not capable of creating insulin. But that doesn't mean that your body doesn't need sugar to actually live and survive. So what you have to do is avoid big spikes of sugar and rather have nice and steady stream of income of the sugar. So if you want to eat cookie, pair it with fiber, pair it with some nuts, pair it with the protein, pair it with some fruit, and that will allow your body to actually absorb the sugar in a steady stream. And like the latest is like I've seen as a trend that people are actually injecting themselves, installing those sugar meters, like literally they're monitoring their glucose levels. Absolutely healthy people. I'm like, why do you need to monitor your sugar or glucose levels in your bloodstream? It's only gonna be messing up with your head. Your body is designed to respond to the occasion, to the event that is happening inside of your body. So if you eat poison food, what's your body gonna do? It's going to vomit, it's going to make you puke, it's going to make you feel horrible, it's going to do everything, it's going to shut itself down, it's going to do everything in order to prevent from dying. But you don't need an apparatus that's going to tell you you ingested yourself with a poison food. Like, your body will know it and your body will know exactly what to do. Obviously, don't do that. Don't ingest poison food, please. But that's the same thing. Like, you don't need to know that if you're eating sugar or cookie, that your body is gonna have elevated levels of glucose in the bloodstream. Of course, that's how your body reacts, and your body goes and bring it right down. If it's a diabetes, you need to be a little more smart about it. But if you're talking about normal functioning body, it has a systems that are meant to be responding. We should not be preventing everything, but we have to be creating opportunities for our body to respond.
Yes, absolutely. Like, it's so important. So, how is it that when you're speaking to your clients, how do you help them have this perspective shift
Yeah.
to really help? Because it is something that's very cultural. Like, it's something that
Mm.
my generation, we grew up in diet culture. So, it was always about how you look versus how you feel.
Yeah.
And I still see it today. Like, I still see it happening where it's very focused on, well, should you eat that? Maybe you should have this instead. Maybe you should do this instead. And it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to restrict anything. So, like,
Yeah.
how do you help reframe that for people in a way that helps them feel really good about it?
Yeah, it's really important to realize that the mindset around food is entwined with our culture and our own personality. So some of us use food as a way to distract ourselves. Some of us use food in a way to heal, in a way to feel better, in a way to numb our feelings, or just procrastinate. There's so many reasons. But if you grew up in a diet culture, you cannot fix it with simply going, oh, I'll just eat whatever I want.
Yeah.
It's going to immediately take you to the other extreme. So it's going to take you from I can't eat anything into like, I don't actually care how I feel, but now I give myself the permission to eat whatever I want. And that's what Vera said. It's good. That's what you should be doing. So here I am, 50 kilos heavier, inflamed body, pre-diabetic. Well, but she said I can eat everything. That's not what I said. I said you have unconditional permission to eat whatever food is out there because no food is morally better or worse than other. There is a difference between nutrition. So I do know that cake has less nutrients than, for example, a salad. But is cake better or worse than a salad or broccoli? No, it's a different food. It's a different occasion. So first thing we need to do is we literally have to take the label of foods. That sugar is bad for you. No, your body needs sugar to survive. Your brain feeds off sugar. But if you're gonna be eating cake all day long, how are you gonna feel? Are you gonna feel good or are you gonna feel ugh? Like for the third time, fourth time, fifth time, you're gonna be eating the cake in the day. Imagine how you're actually gonna feel. Probably not well. So it's about taking that label off a food and starting listening to your body. When is your body feeling good? Is it feeling good when you are starving? Does it feel good when you are overeating? Does it feel good when you are just handpicking foods that you think that should be good for you? Like, do you really love rice cakes with margarine on them? Do you really love celery juice? If yes, I'm forever grateful for these people because I do like rice cakes sometimes when I just feel like them, but they shouldn't be the majority of my diet.
Yeah.
I do love salads, but if I'm hungry and my body craves a protein, my body craves a full meal of good carbohydrates, and I'm gonna give it a salad, I still gonna feel like I'm missing half of the food. And your body will too. So your body will immediately send you into go grab that cookie, go grab that chocolate, go grab that food, and you will not be able to stop thinking about it. That's the beauty of giving yourself the permission to eat what your body desires in a form of nutrition and self-care rather than listening to impulses that are literally a reflection of the extremes you are living in.
Yes, absolutely. Like it's so that I really had to cultivate myself. Like I had to cultivate this awareness. Like it was very much about, okay, I'm eating this. How does it feel? I had gotten to the point where I had done so much damage to my body that everything hurt me. Like my doctor was like, you need to make a list. And I was like, there's nothing that doesn't hurt me. Like everything I had done so much damage that everything hurt me. Now nothing hurts me. Like I can have anything, but I
Yeah.
can't have like I can't have like you said, can't have cake all day. Like that's not going to do it. But I don't even want it. Like that's the whole when you cultivate this awareness with yourself, when you really understand and start listening, like when you're so you we can take this from a very logical perspective if you're not super connected yet. Like just try to eat something and pay attention to later how that felt. Like, do I feel full? Do I feel satisfied? Did I enjoy it? Did it taste good? Like, did it what feelings are present for me here? And
Mm-hmm.
really paying super close attention to that really served me so much better than anything else I tried. Like I tried so many things. I did so many things and I hate salad and you cannot make me love it. Like it is never going to happen. I have just come to the realization that salad is not my favorite thing. I will have it from time to time. Occasionally my body does crave a good salad. I love having salad when I go to a restaurant because I feel like they do it really well. But like in terms of making it myself, no go. Like give me vegetables, give me peppers, give me fruit, give me yogurt, give me nuts, all that stuff. But don't
Yeah.
try to put a salad down in front of me. That's not going to make me happy. I am not going to be satisfied. So I just don't do it. Like it's okay not to have salad. That's
But
okay.
there is a place for salad, and if you think of like a lot of people, when we think of salad, we think dieting. So we think it can't be even dressed, it can't be anything. But on top of that, it's literally eating the leaves. No one wants that. Like when I'm talking salad at home, I use a lot of dressing, ton of dressing. It feels so good. I've got so much toppings on there. And then I can crave that. Like I'm literally craving it now because I'm just like, I'm really gonna go make myself some good salad. But I also know that I'm gonna make myself toasty alongside of the salad. or a soup or a bread or sandwich, because that salad, no matter how it is, it's still a salad. And my body, because I'm active every single day, caring of for a child, obviously, and doing all the things, my body needs energy. And if I will refuse to give my body energy on longer terms, my body will start shutting itself down. And that's about kickstarting your metabolism. It's about giving your body consistency of energy, that it feels good, that is balanced, that has variety, that has nutrients in there, and stop living in the extreme. People, you know, when I've talked to someone the first time and I tell them that we're going to be working on the unconditional permission to eat whatever they want, so like literally untaking the labels off, they are worried. They said, but if I'm going to start eating the chocolate, I can't stop. And I'm like, tell me more about that. Why you can't stop? Oh, because I just can't stop. It's there, I can't stop. So I asked them, are you paying full attention to the chocolate when you're eating it? When you are eating the chocolate? What are you doing alongside it? What are the thoughts? And they usually, it's the thought, well, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just keep eating while I'm watching TV or while I'm cleaning, while I'm in a car driving, while I'm doing that. And then the thought is, I know that I've ate too much, so tomorrow I won't have any. So therefore today I'll finish it off so it's not here tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
Right?
then,
It's a thing. It is.
but if you know the chocolate's gonna be there every single day if you want to, and you know you're only choosing and actually eating and mindfully, like actually sitting down and say, well, I will have this cup of tea and I will have this beautiful chocolate with that, and actually savor the chocolate, rather than going to the fridge and taking a little slither of the cake every single time you go, because no one's gonna see you and they won't recognize that you ate another, but you actually ate half of the cake by tiny little slithers, and you don't even digest it. Like, you literally shove it in your mouth and go, because no one can see you, because you actually don't want to be seen by yourself. You don't want to notice that you're doing it. So you are so disconnected. Of course, you're going to be eating the whole sleeve of cookies. Of course, you're going to be eating the whole cake this way, because you're not actually eating it. You are putting in your mouth and forgetting about it, trying to forget about it.
Yeah, there was so much medicating with food for me. Like, it was such a, I was an emotional eater to the max. So it was very much like, if I was sad, I would eat. If I was happy, I would eat. If, like, whatever emotions were, and so, I mean, 300 pounds was going to happen. Like, it was just going to happen, because I was eating for everything, and I was using it to numb out and to escape and to get away from the feelings I didn't want to have, and to avoid the feeling the feelings that I needed to feel. Like,
Yeah.
there's work that needs to be done that goes hand in hand with this, right? Like, this is why my group is called Mind, Body, Soul Connection, because it is very much a holistic approach. You can't just focus on the body. You can't just focus on the mind. You can't just focus on your spirit. It all needs to really come together to be this beautiful expression of who you are. And you need to decide who that is. Like, who is it that I want to be? Who do I want to be? How do I want to live? How do I want to show up in my life? How do I want to feel? And for me, it always came back to that. I don't care about the number on the scale. I don't care about what size my pants are. I don't care what anyone thinks when they look at me. I care about how I feel. That is important to me. And of course, because I have diabetes, having a healthy blood glucose and a relatively healthy body weight is important. So, like, those are caveats for me specifically based on my personal, like, circumstances, but that's not the same for everyone, right? So it really is finding that balance for yourself, and understanding you can feel incredible right now. Like, these small tweaks that we're talking about, like really eating mindfully, really paying attention to how you feel when you're eating, like understanding, like, let's not just reach for this because it's habit. Am I hungry? Do I want it? Is it feeding an emotion? Like, what's happening? Like, what's
And I
happening?
think the most important part of it is also, we often go and trying to grab a food, but we have this little voice at the back of it and say, well, I can't have this, I can't have that, I shouldn't have that, I shouldn't have that. So you actually, with this fear in your mind, create food that is not satisfying for you. And if you are not eating food that is satisfying, either from the volume perspective or from the nutrient or from the energy perspective, you're gonna keep looking for more food. And there's only so much willpower we all have within us. And the body is gonna force you. The body's got mechanisms to doing it. Like your body literally gonna increase a secretion of hormones that are craving sugar. Like your body literally gonna make you to crave more sugar. Your body literally gonna like turn the volume up on the hunger hormones and be like, give me more food. So more you restrict, less you eat, the louder they will become.
Absolutely. It's amazing. Like the body is an amazing thing, and it is working for you. I think that that's the misconception that's out there, is that I hear a lot of, my body's always working against me. I feel like I'm always in this battle. I feel like there's my body's broken. I said that myself. I was like, I've broken myself. Like I've broken my body. It is broken and I have to fix it. And it's not about that. It's about listening to it. Like you're just tuning it out. Like you're listening to what everyone else has to say. And you're listening to eat more protein, eat less carbs, like don't eat sugar, have a calorie deficit. Like I'm trying to think of all the things that people say.
Like your body is not broken.
You know, yeah.
The body is not broken. The body is just like you're not broken either. You just
No.
disconnected in here
Yes.
because you don't believe what is coming from here. It's actually giving you anything good, and you believe on everything that you read, you went through, someone told you. It's not that your body is broken. Your body is actually doing everything it can to keep you alive.
Yeah, it is.
I think that what a lot of people, if you, who are going to be reading and listening into this live stream, might be wondering, but I am overweight. I am unhealthy. What can I do? Like if diet's not the answer, how can I do this? How can I, like, I don't even know where to start. Well, I think the first thing where to start is that looking at a ding. And if you are so afraid to actually be letting yourself eat whatever feels good because you lost the connection with your body, it is really common. Like you were first lost the connection with your hunger cues, with your fullness cues, so you either are not even noticing that you're hungry, and then you notice that you're so overly hungry at the end of the day, and then you can't stop yourself from eating. So this is a step that can be taught. It's like literally learning to ride a bike. But if you want to start seeing a difference, if you want to start looking at the diet from a different perspective, start looking at what are you eating, and take every meal as a single occasion. So right now it's, let's say, dinner time. What am I usually having? Okay, I'm having a pizza because I can't be effed. Like it was what is hard day and it's in here, and I like it. But what often happens is that you eat too much of it, or you're not going to eat enough, or you are avoiding the carbs, so you're eating salad, or you're having a replacement shake. Like you fill the dots. I want you to ask yourself a question. Is this going to give me energy, satisfaction, and nutrients that my body needs to feel the best? So if you're looking at a meal replacement shake that's got like 150 calories, it's probably not going to give you the energy that you need. So how can you make it better? By adding more things into it, by adding more fruit into it, by adding some carbs into it, by adding some other things. If you're having a salad and you're gonna be hungry, it's not gonna be satisfactory. What can you add to it to give you that energy and the sustainability? If you are having a pizza, how can you make it better? How can you make it more colorful? How can you make it different so that you actually by eating it you actually feel good and you feel like you've ate enough, but you also nourished your body? And taking each and one of the eating occasions as a single occasion, that's the key. Because your body doesn't reset at midnight. A lot of us go, oh, I already effed it up by lunchtime, so it doesn't matter what I eat for the rest of the day, I'll start again tomorrow. No, your body needs every single thing you put in your mouth, your body counts on. So there's no free card. There's no, I don't give a flying F what I eat for the rest of the week because next week I'm on diet. You still make damage, even though you are planning to go on diet. And the diet might do more damage as well. So every day, Every food is a new opportunity for you to nourish and care for yourself.
Yes, and it's a beautiful act of self-care, right? Like, to
Mhm.
really love yourself in that way and to say, "I'm gonna give myself foods that feel good, and I'm gonna eat things that feel good, and I'm going to pay attention to what makes me feel my best so that I can be at my best, so that I can be energized." And you'll start to notice taking those small steps, like just adding, having a piece of fruit with a piece of protein, like adding those two things together makes a
Yeah.
really big difference into how you feel in terms of fullness, in terms of the energy that you have, like into like it starts to level out, and you stop having those like roller coaster of
Mm.
like, I'm starving, I'm full, I'm starving, I'm full. Like it does. I lived that for so long.
I know the
It's
fear
like,
can be there, and the fear is, but if I'm gonna be eating more food, that means I'm gonna be eating more calories, therefore I'm gonna be gaining weight. Well, it is a fear that's been implanted in your head probably a long time ago. But you don't know that less you eat, if you eat so little, your body is actually going to store everything. Even if you're going to eat carrots all day long, your body stores that carrots because it tries to survive. So you need to find the right balance. And how to find the right balance is responding to your body cues. Am I hungry? Go and eat until you are moderately full, until you are satisfied. What is making you gain weight is extreme. Either not eating and then overeating, or not caring about what you're eating whatsoever. That's the extreme. So if you're gonna stick to the middle, your body's gonna stick to the middle. Your body's gonna feel the best.
yeah, and it's a beautiful place. Like, it's a
Mm.
beautiful place to be in that middle where it just when you get to eat whatever you want, it gets to feel really good. It feels delicious, and you start to not care about the things that you thought you were gonna miss. So,
Yeah.
like, it fried foods are not even something I care about anymore. It's not something that I
Mm.
want. It's not something that I crave. It's not I just don't want it. My body doesn't like it. It doesn't feel good. Just it's not for me. And I love that it's not even. And there was a time when I craved those things. Like, I
Mm.
craved deep fried stuff. And now I just don't. I don't feel the need for it because I've really learned what my body likes, what it needs, what makes me feel good, what gives me energy, what helps me sleep. Like, it's like the best times to eat, the best way to eat. Like, we can go on and on. But there's not a one size fits all approach. And I think that's
No.
super important. Is to learn your body's rhythms and to learn what it is that you need and what makes you feel good, and
And
to
also now
really,
it's gonna change every single day.
yeah,
So if you follow a plan, how the plan knows when you're gonna get up, how the plan knows how you're gonna feel, how the plan knows when you're gonna be sick. No, they don't. But
yeah.
you do.
Yeah. So if you learn to listen and give yourself that nourishment, that is where the real success comes from. And when you start to really notice that I have more energy, that I can go for a longer walk, or I want to do A, B, C, and D. Like, I didn't have energy for this before, and now I do. Like, it's this gorgeous experience that you get to go on when you really learn to listen and nourish your body in the way that it needs.
100%. Yeah.
Amazing. So this has been so good. I love to give you just like a little opportunity to speak about the kind of work that you do and how people can find you and work with you further if they feel called to you in your work. I think what you're doing is just so beautiful and so valuable and really important. So I just want to give you the opportunity to speak about it for a bit.
Thank you very much, Pam. This was amazing. Every single time I get the opportunity to talk about that there's other way, I know it brings a lot of fear. It brings a lot of, but how it can be so easy. I mean, it is easy because we were born that way. And if you see children, they don't care. Like my daughter literally asked me if she can eat a chicken curry for breakfast the other day. I was like, well, we've got it in the fridge, so might as well. And she loved it. And that's the thing, because we are conditioned certain way that we think that there's only one way to be truth. So yeah, if you feel called to start looking into different direction and start actually giving yourself the permission to enjoy food, to live, to care for yourself, to come from a place of self-care, from self-love, and actually feel great at any occasion. visit my group, Thriving Women, and I'll be more than happy to invite you into our Kickstart Metabolism Challenge. That is a 5-day challenge happening right now. It's going to stay in the group for a little bit longer, so you're more than welcome to join us. And if you are curious about learning how you can actually start your own journey, message me on a Facebook profile or just come and chat in the group. We're a really, really inclusive place, and we love having new people in there.
I love it. Oh my gosh, this has been so amazing. Thank you so much. I just love what you're doing. I can't say it enough. Like, I've been watching you for a bit, and this is the magic of the online world where we really get to connect with people from around the world and see the beautiful work that they're doing and how you're trying to change the culture around this and really encouraging women to feel amazing in the lives and bodies that they have right now, which is so in line with the work that I do. Is exactly what I do. I'm very much about taking that holistic approach, the mind, body, spirit, and really marrying them together so that you can have a life that you love and that you can love the body that you have and make it work for you, right? Like, it's working for you now. You just don't even realize it. Like, you don't even realize, and it can get so much better. So super grateful. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm all good. Just don't be scared. You can't get it wrong. That's the thing. Like, you can already be worse than you are off right now. You can only go upward. You can only be better. And it's so liberating to free yourself from the diets and actually feel the power within yourself, that you have the power to make decisions, that you have the power to change your own fate. That's why it matters, because you're not only changing for yourself, but you're changing for the people around you.
Yes, it's a very empowering experience, right? Like, it's this beautiful, and that's exactly what it is. It's bringing your power back. You've been giving it away, and now you're bringing it back, giving it to yourself, and understanding yourself at this beautiful level. Amazing. All right, we're going to stop it there. Thank you so much for being here. For anyone who has been watching live and want to go back and catch the replay, it's going to be moved to my group. So I will have a post up with a tag to go in and watch afterwards so that you can catch the replay. It's going to be its permanent home in there because I think it's so valuable, this information. And that's where Vera's links will be for her group as well. So if you feel like you want to join her community, that information will be there for you as well. We are open to any questions that you may have, so feel free to leave us a note, send us a message. I know Vera is super open to that as well, so we would love to hear from you if you have questions. It's what we do. It's what we're here to do, is to really help you feel your best. So thank you so much. All love and light. We will be talking again soon.